The Magical Paintbrush of Sparkles. In a tiny village nestled between two great mountains lived a little rabbit named Rosie. Rosie loved two things more than anything in the world: painting and sparkles. She would spend hours every day, covered in paint and glitter, creating the most magnificent masterpieces. Her room was a rainbow-colored wonderland, filled with paintings of unicorns, rainbows, and sparkling stars. Rosie's love for painting began when she was just a tiny rabbit. Her mother, a kind and gentle rabbit named Lily, would sit with her for hours, watching her mix colors and create beautiful works of art. As Rosie grew older, her passion for painting only grew stronger. She would often sneak into her mother's studio, dipping her paws into vibrant paints and creating masterpieces on scraps of paper. One day, while exploring the attic of her family's little cottage, Rosie stumbled upon an old, mysterious-looking paintbrush. The bristles were long and soft, and the handle was adorned with intricate, swirling patterns. As soon as she picked it up, the bristles began to twinkle and shimmer. A soft, whispery voice spoke to her. "Welcome, little one. I am the Magical Paintbrush of Sparkles. I have been waiting for you." The paintbrush told Rosie that she had the power to bring color and joy to the world. With every stroke of the brush, Rosie could make the most beautiful, sparkling creations. But there was a catch. The paintbrush could only work its magic if Rosie used it to make others happy. Rosie was thrilled. She couldn't wait to try out her new magical paintbrush. She set up her easel in the village square, surrounded by curious villagers. With a flick of her wrist, she began to paint. The colors flowed from the brush like a rainbow waterfall, filling the air with sparkling magic. As she painted, the villagers couldn't help but smile. The sun shone brighter, the flowers bloomed more vibrantly, and the stars twinkled like diamonds in the night sky. The villagers would gather around Rosie, watching in awe as she painted masterpieces that seemed to come alive. The villagers, who had been feeling gloomy and gray, couldn't help but feel a sense of joy and wonder. They would clap and cheer as Rosie finished each painting, begging her to create more. The village, once dull and gray, was transformed into a vibrant, sparkling wonderland. But one day, a mischievous wind swept through the village, blowing away Rosie's paintings and leaving the villagers feeling sad and gray once more. Rosie was devastated. She didn't know how to restore the color and joy to her beloved village. The Magical Paintbrush of Sparkles whispered words of encouragement to Rosie. "Remember, little one, the true magic lies not in the brush, but in your heart. Use your kindness and creativity to bring joy back to the village." Rosie thought for a moment, and then a brilliant idea sparkled in her mind. She gathered all the villagers, and together, they created a magnificent, glittering parade. With the Magical Paintbrush of Sparkles, Rosie painted vibrant floats, sparkling costumes, and dazzling decorations. The villagers laughed, danced, and cheered as they celebrated the return of color and joy to their village. The parade was a magnificent spectacle, with glittering unicorns, sparkling rainbows, and shimmering stars. The villagers wore costumes adorned with glitter, sequins, and feathers, and they danced through the streets, waving sparkling wands and throwing confetti. As the parade wound its way through the village, Rosie's paintings came to life. The sparkling unicorns pranced and danced, their manes shimmering with magic. The rainbows arced across the sky, filling the air with color and joy. The stars twinkled and sparkled, raining down glittering sparks on the villagers below. The villagers cheered and clapped, begging Rosie to create more magic. And Rosie, with the Magical Paintbrush of Sparkles, was happy to oblige. She painted and painted, filling the village with color, joy, and sparkles. As the sun set on the magical parade, the villagers gathered around Rosie, thanking her for bringing joy back to their village. Rosie smiled, her heart full of happiness and sparkles. She knew that she had made a difference, and that the Magical Paintbrush of Sparkles had helped her bring joy to those around her. From that day on, Rosie and the Magical Paintbrush of Sparkles brought happiness and sparkle to every corner of the village. The villagers would whisper to each other, "Rosie's magic is not just in her paintings, but in her kind heart and sparkling spirit." As the villagers drifted off to sleep, they would dream of sparkling unicorns, shimmering rainbows and glittering stars. And Rosie, surrounded by her paintings and her magical paintbrush, would smile, knowing that she had brought joy and magic to those around her.